My name is Ray McGovern. I spent 30 years working as an intelligence analyst, primarily of the Soviet Union and Europe. I was drawn to Washington by a man named John F. Kennedy, and he was murdered 4 months after I entered on duty with the Central Intelligence Agency. I was the chief of the Soviet Foreign Policy Branch in the 70s. I knew a lot about one of your heroes, Olof Palme, an equal striver for peace and how much we need peace these days. And I remember quite well Mr. Palme excoriated Franco. It's a bunch of murderers, took on apartheid. Vietnam, my God, he was so straight, so harsh on Vietnam. What did he call it? He compared the bombing of Hanoi in 1972 to Guernica, okay? Or to the extermination of Jews in Treblinka. Now, I did a quick look in Wikipedia, and it says innocently, he acquired a lot of enemies. Well, I'll say. So what happened to him? Well, like John F. Kennedy, he was murdered. When? Well, he was murdered in 1986, and Wikipedia notes the true identity of his assassin remains unknown, quote unquote. But CNN very faithfully says in 2020, they found him. Unfortunately, he committed suicide. So case closed. Give me a break. We know who killed John F. Kennedy. You know who killed Olof Palme. In my view, it was the same people who defamed Julian Assange for rape, when the women he was with sturdily denied that it was consensual, but that set Julian on the path, over 10, 12, 15 years of captivity, imprisonment, the last 5 in a max prison in London. What else? Oh, yeah. I know your famed Navy divers, they can't figure out what happened to Nord Stream. Oh, isn't that interesting? Oh, yeah, they were down there and they found, they're one of the first to go down. It beats the hell out of us. Who could have done it? Did they believe that little Märchen, that little fairy tale about 6 Ukrainians at a sailboat? Give me a break. You guys know what happened. You're just too afraid to say it. Not you peace people, but your government. What else? Oh, well, it's the same NATO who decided that you should be part of NATO, and your rulers said, "Oh yeah, how high should we jump? Of course, we want to be in this, and we'll do whatever you want." Oh yes, Saab. You want Saab to go to Poltava? Poltava. Those who know a little bit of history of Poltava realize that wasn't a really good idea for Sweden back in whatever it was, 1609, 1709, when Peter the Great actually turned the tide in Europe. So I'm just saying that your rulers are very much susceptible to the same kind of influence that the people that murdered John Kennedy were susceptible of. Now, what I'll say also is that when I see your leaders knee-jerkily saluting when NATO wants to enlarge the war, or NATO or the US is being asked to authorize longer-range missiles into the heart of Russia, and your delegates, for example, in the European Parliament, to a man or to a woman, it's a great idea. Well, that's about as brave. That's about a bright idea as sending somebody from Sov to Poltava. It's not going to come to a very good end. So all I'll say here is that I would pray that you peace people can work real hard on your government to revert to the ways of peace people like Olaf, like John Kennedy. Turn this thing around, stand up on your own 2 feet and create peace, create an example to the Europeans, not let Ukraine, for example, fight to the less Ukrainian with you cheering them on. You meaning your government, your very misguided government, misguided by the same people responsible for all these atrocities, including what happened to Olof Palme. Thank you very much.